Tonight, from Brooklyn, New York, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Brooklyn Bulls taking on the Dublin Antlers.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the Dublin Antlers and the Brooklyn Bulls. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Throwing to start the drive, Everett. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Operating from the gun, Everett. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say that their plan worked to perfection.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, Did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Everett. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Throwing on third and long. Everett. He's going to float this one deep right side. A high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start with the option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Anderson. And that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Anderson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Everett. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Everett. Hard throw, incomplete. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you need to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, Everett. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Back to throw. Everett. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Everett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. To throw on 3rd down. Everett. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bulls are an extra point away from evening this one up. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that will bring up second down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Anderson now from the gun on third down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Everett. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Well, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Everett. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he
is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bulls have taken the lead. So the previous pass interference call put the ball at the 1-yard line, and then they stick it in on the very next play.
And I love the play call right there. After you get the pass interference call, you've got a defense that's discombobulated a little bit, right? They're protesting the call, upset about what happened. Go right at them. Run the football, and the defense acquiesces, and the ball ends up in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, they matched their opponent's pick 6 from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go right back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun, Anderson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Anderson to throw on 3rd down. He's got the hook up to Floyd. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back in the 46. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, Everett. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game at Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Everett. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. On 1st down, Everett. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Off the play fake, Everett. And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Everett to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Allen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, the offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Anderson. And the catch made by Johnson. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily done.
To throw on second down. Everett. A quick throw, but incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Everett over the middle to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Everett. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Off-play action. Everett. And his throw is incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Everett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And on now is the punter, as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He's going to keep this again. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Throwing on 1st down. Everett can't get away, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. On 1st and 10, Anderson. He gets this one to Johnson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Off the play fake, Anderson. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. handoff up the middle. Allen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Anderson looking to throw on second down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Now a carry for Allen. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. So possession goes over here on the punt. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw. Everett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. To throw is Anderson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
6 yards left on second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because
touchdown! A great effort there with his second touchdown of the night as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. They start the drive with a give to Allen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They'll come up now on second and a yard. He'll decide to keep this once more. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. But I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. Allen. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Ready? Set, go.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Allen.
Ready? Yellow, 22.
Now a handoff up the middle. Allen. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Everett. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Everett. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. To throw on 2nd down. Everett got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
41 yards on the ground for him so far. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left for being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. Blair. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Everett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Everett. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Anderson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here we go. 45. White.
Here we go. Hey, check Mike 21.
Now Anderson throwing on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Anderson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Anderson. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there. Get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Set. Ready. 50. Green. Ready. Go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Everett. Smith catches left side. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 72 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Anderson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 44 of on the year. It's a first down. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On the draw, here's Allen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Anderson now on 1st and 10. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Anderson. And he comes back with one complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Back to throw again. And now here is another interception. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the home team here, they level their mark at 4-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.